Windsor, Colorado is quickly becoming one of the best cities to live in Colorado. If you're thinking about moving to Windsor, Colorado and just want to learn a little bit more about it, then this is the video for you. Let's get started. Hi there, Kristy Lee here, and I am a local real estate agent in the state of Colorado, but more importantly, I am a native. If you are interested in learning about the best places to live or avoid maybe in Colorado, then this is the channel for you. Remember to click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. Now, as much as I love making these videos for you, I love helping you more. So my contact information is right there. Please reach out to me anytime. So today I'm going to be talking about Windsor, Colorado, and why I think you should probably consider at least giving Windsor, Colorado, a second look if you are interested in moving up north. So one of the biggest reasons why I personally love Windsor is its proximity to really everything, especially in northern Colorado. So we're talking about Windsor's located roughly about an hour north of Denver. So it is going to be quite a bit farther from Denver. However, you are going to be really close to Fort Collins, Greeley, and Loveland. So it's going to be kind of right in the middle of all of those other three cities, which is fantastic. So if you go to school, like college in CSU up in Fort Collins or UNC out in Greeley, if you work in any of these places as well, even Loveland, I mean, it's really only going to be taking you roughly maybe 20-25 minutes to really get to any of those surrounding cities. And that's why I really do like this area. On average right now, it is growing like crazy. And that's another reason why I like it, is that you could kind of get in on the bottom end of it if you're thinking about, at least investing or buying real estate out in the area, because right now the prices are not crazy. In 2024, which we just started, 2024 right now, on average, you could get a home in Windsor roughly the low 600,000, high 500s. It's gonna vary. Obviously, that is the average. So depending on if you're getting a townhome or condo, or if you're getting a custom home, obviously it's going to be different. But right around the 600 mark, I think is going to be key. Now, year over year in Windsor, they are actually growing roughly about 7.5%. So that just shows you right now that people are actively wanting to go into this area. And if you get in at the early time, then eventually your home is going to be worth more and you're going to make bigger bucks when it's time to sell, if you want to sell, of course. Right now, the population for Windsor is going to be, what did it just do? 44,000 people. So it's not crazy big. It's really not. It's actually still that small town feel a little bit. Is 26 square miles, so it is pretty small. So if that's something that you kind of gravitate more towards, or maybe you want a whole new change and you want to get into something a little bit smaller, Windsor is it. Because while it is growing at about 7.5% year over year, it is still pretty small, and you still do feel that even driving around. You driving around the streets, and there's a lot of county roads, back roads out in Windsor. So you do still get that small town feel without the overpowering city life that maybe you do not want, or maybe trying to get away from. Now, because Windsor is growing, and definitely growing within the real estate sector of it as well, there's a bunch of new communities popping up really all over the place out in Windsor. So that is really, really great because a couple reasons. So one, new builds tend to be a little bit more affordable depending on what you get. Again, those custom homes on the golf course or on the lake or whatever, those are going to be definitely higher end. But you could get a great quality home, brand new, with all the warranties, with all that snazzy incentives possibly from the builder at a really, really great price right now. Now, another thing I do love about it is because Windsor has been around for quite some time, but it's just the word has gotten out. So if you want a more of an established home, maybe one in like the 80s or 90s, that price point probably is going to be even less than the 600,000. I mean, you could get something probably in the low fives if you're lucky. And these homes are going to be, roughly 18 to 2,500 square feet. They're great homes. And what's so great about this is that the area, the views and what's going on around it is just phenomenal. And that's why people move there. So kind of piggybacking on that, Windsor is really, really known for its lake. So you have the Windsor Lake, obviously, but there's so many lakes surrounding it. So you have all the lakes that are going to be in Fort Collins and Loveland. You have so many lakes, so you have a lot of these views, and you could actually go fishing, kayaking, swimming, in all of these areas. And that's why people actually love this area. That's why I personally love that area, because where I'm at, I'm out in Erie. We got nothing. We got like a pond, maybe 2 ponds. We have nothing like the lakes that they do have out in northern Colorado, specifically Windsor. So if that's something that you like to do, Windsor is great, because actually around the Windsor Lake, there is the boardwalk. So that's super cool. Kind of piggybacking again on what I was also going to say is that because it is so small, they still try to keep that small knit town feel. So in the boardwalk area of Windsor Lake, that's where they're going to have the farmers markets, the concerts, all of the events that brings all their community together. It is really, really cute. It kind of makes me feel like, I don't know, like you're in some sort of Hallmark movie or something. It's really cute. I love going out there and checking it out. There's volleyball nets, and I don't know, it's just really cute. It kind of just brings you like down to earth, and just, people just are hanging out and having a great time. And I do love that. They have a main street as well, where they're going to have their local restaurants, ice cream, coffee shop, little boutiques, breweries. So it's not very big. I will say that their little main street is pretty small, but it is really quaint and cute. Now, because Windsor is growing so rapidly, you are going to see more growth outside of the Main Street area, but still you're not going to see those big box stores like Target or Costco, Walmart. Those are not in Windsor, not as of yet. And I actually don't even know if they're even allowed to be in that area. I personally don't know. So if that's something that you absolutely need or want, you're probably going to have to drive into Loveland, Greeley probably as well to get into those. Those are going to be the closest to get to that Costco, to the Walmart, Target, whatever it might be. So, I mean, it's not going to be far. Like I said, it's maybe 20 minutes, but it's definitely not going to be in the Windsor area. Now, if you're somebody who loves the outdoors, Windsor is going to be a great place for you. You're, like I already mentioned, you have all the lakes, which is awesome. You have Kodak Wildlife Preserve land, which is about 65 acres of preserved land for wildlife. So you're going to see a lot of like eagles and wild turkeys, things like that, wandering around that particular area. You will have 3 golf courses out in Windsor. You're going to have Pelican Lakes, Rain Dance, and Highlands Meadows, which is going to be out in that area. And all 3 of them are phenomenal. I'm not really a golfer, but I keep on hearing about how great these ones are. The views are going to be unreal on all 3 of these. So if you are a golfer, that's awesome. One thing I will say though is that it's going to be, so Windsor is going to be east of I-25. So if you're somebody who wants to be, go hiking and all that kind of stuff, like in actual like foothills kind of areas, you're probably going to want to go into like Loveland. Loveland, you have Devil's Backbone. You're going to be right at the base of where you're going to head up to Rocky Mountain National Park. So all of that's only, Devil's Backbone, you're probably going to be able to get there in maybe 30 minutes. But then Rocky Mountain National Park, you're probably only about 45 minutes away from Rocky Mountain National Park, which is super cool. And then if you are concerned about school districts, Windsor has a great school district. They are, Weld RE4 is their school district. So according to niche.com, this school district is ranked B+. So they have, again, use your own judgment on it. According to niche.com, it is B+. So I do think that that's pretty great in that particular area. Their class sizes tend to be a little bit smaller, again, because it is a smaller area. So it's about 18-1, which is great. And then you are, again, close to other colleges. So if you are specifically going to college yourself, or you have kiddos who are going to be going to college at some point pretty close, you have CSU out in Fort Collins, you have UNC out in Greeley, and then you also have Ames out in Greeley as well. So you're going to have a wide selection of different educational options right there at your fingertips. So overall, do I think Windsor's great? Absolutely. I would move there in a heartbeat. If it wasn't so north for me, it's a bit too north for me, only because I spend so much time in Denver. So again, if you are somebody who goes into Denver quite a bit, you're looking at an hour. So just kind of note that, but you could go up to Fort Collins too. And there's a lot of things going on in Fort Collins, which is super cool too. If you have any questions about this particular area or any other area, please reach out to me. Remember to click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. And then to the next video, take care.